Hey guys, it's Charlene Lincoln, licensed acupuncturist, and getting pregnant, having a baby, how did it get so complicated? It used to be that you were, I don't know, in my 20s and most of my 30s, I was trying to avoid getting pregnant. And then you go, my God, I thought you have sex and then you get pregnant. But then it gets so complicated, and then you start going to you try, and then the fertility specialist says you need to try for at least a year, and you try for a year, and you get frustrated, and then you start going on forums, and you start reading it, and it just makes you pull your hair out. But when I turned 40, I was taking a class with a fertility specialist, and I think I was 39 at the time, and I was turning 40, and he said, at 40, you have less than 8% chance of having a baby with your own egg. And I thought, oh my God, it's so true. My mother always told me, you're waiting too long, and 8% chance. So the number one thing I tell people, and it sounds ridiculously stupid to tell people this, but time and time again, couples who are trying are not tracking their fertility. And then that's so important. And I know you're using those ovulation predictor kits, but as you get older, those are not a reliable source to know when you're ovulating. So when you start tracking your fertility, you know exactly when you're ovulating. Because with those predictor kits, it doesn't tell you that you ovulate. It's telling you that you're having an LH, luteinizing hormone surge. It can't guarantee that you're ovulating after that. And as you get older, you know that your hormones and everything else, it's a little unpredictable. So you need to know exactly what's going on. You need to know that you have proper cervical mucus, because that's how the sperm travel up to fertilize the egg. So that's so important. And then you need to be having sex. It's like, no kidding, you need to be having sex. But I talk to people all the time, and they're not having enough sex. You have that window every month. Question: do you know how long sperm can survive in a woman's body, in a woman's uterus? 72 hours. That's 3 days. So you need to know exactly when you're ovulating, and then you need to be having intercourse, not just on the day of ovulation. You need to be having it the day before ovulation, the day before that, and the day before that. You can even have it the day before that, so 3 days in a row. But there's a caveat to that. You need to test your partner's sperm count. And I talk to so many couples, and the husband or the partner is putting it all on the woman to do all this lab work and to do, everything else. And I know it's an ego thing, and it's kind of scary to figure out. Maybe it's you, but 30% of the time, it's the man's sperm. Low motility, poor quality, low sperm count. You need to get that checked, because if you don't have at least 7 to 10 million viable sperm, it's going to be very, very difficult. And that's a big problem. So you need to go get that tested. It's so easy. You just go, you whack off into a cup, and then they test it, and it's no big deal. So you need to go do that right away. And then if you have enough sperm, then you need to be having intercourse. You ovulate. Say you're ovulating on day 14, which is not an exact date. People think, because I have a 28-day cycle, ovulate on day 14. I heard a story of a man and woman. They tried for years and years and years. And finally, when they started tracking, guess what? They were ovulating on day 10, and they were missing ovulation every single month. How frustrating. And once they figured it out, she got pregnant right away. But say that you're ovulating on day 17. Then on day 14, 15, and 16, you're having intercourse. And and missionary style is best, because we don't want to make those sperm work too hard. We want to make it as easy as possible. And then you're laying on your back, and you're staying there. You're not urinating after sex. You are laying there, 15 minutes. And I like to I got a tip about the warm water bottle. And people ask me, where do you put the warm water bottle? You put it up against the vagina. It's not a hot water bottle, it's a warm water bottle. It just helps excite the sperm. So you're having sex on those 3 days and you're having sex on ovulation. So that's what you need to be doing. That's the #1 tip to getting pregnant. And in the next video, I'm going to tell you a couple foods you need to eliminate up to 120 days before you try to conceive. And this is going to make a huge difference for you. Okay, I had my baby at 42 years old. Doctors told me it's going to be very difficult for you. And I said, screw that. I'm going to be a mom. And no one's going to stop me. And it's been the best experience of my life. And I know that that's what you want. Don't give up on it. I hear couples go, well, if it happens, it happens, because it's too heartbreaking to say this may never happen to me. But guess what? You know, that's your birthright. So do not give up on that and do not have that attitude. Okay? I'm here to support you. Talk soon.